Okay, now I'm going to give you a couple reasons why you have to watch the next interview. I mean, this guy's terrific. He lives out in Oregon. He's a naturalist, outdoors guy who wants to stay fit. And he found out that he was dying. He was getting diabetes because of his lifestyle, and the whole family was getting that way, diabetes. And they went and changed their eating habits. And what they were eating, really, mostly, a lot of it, was wild vegetables and weeds and stuff like that. I mean, the stuff you could glean for nothing, he makes the greatest smoothies out of. And he's really developed almost an industry, his own industry, of showing people how to do this. Live off the weeds, the stuff that's out there for free that farmers are throwing away, and it's in the parks and everything people don't even know about. And he has a way to make smoothies out of them. He's got another product where he teaches people about that through playing cards even. And so he's really built an industry himself, how to live his lifestyle. And you watch him, and even on his website and his crowdfunding opportunities that he has. One crowdfunding thing, he made like $26,000. Another one was almost $10,000 or whatever. So he's finding a way to survive, to support himself on this venture that he loves doing. Plus, he could teach the average person on the value of the food that we're just throwing away and nobody's using. So you gotta learn on 2 points here. One, how you could take any crazy idea. Man, just think if you called your parents, well, I'm gonna tell people how to save money eating weeds. And he's actually doing it and making a nice, fun living at it. So watch this video. Well, Sergey Butenko. I screwed it up, though. Man, you're living the dream, aren't you, man? Doing what you want to do, helping people, and figuring out a way to make $1 at it, man. What could be better than that? Well, that's wonderful. I mean, did you ever have a normal job or not?
I've had enough normal jobs to realize I don't want another one.
But now I bet you're working harder than ever before, right?
Indeed, yeah. I'm on average lately I've been doing 12 to 16-hour days, but I've been loving it.
Yeah, I mean that's what I can't understand, why people want to do nothing in life. Man, life is like, how much can you do? How much can you give? How much can you contribute? Yeah, and that's what you're doing. But man, you're teaching us how to live better, aren't you? You're teaching us about how to eat better, how to exercise better. But you went on Kickstarter and raised over $6,000 for a deck of cards? Man, why would people need another deck of cards? But you made them special, didn't you? What'd you do?
I did. I had this idea. I recently published a book, and the book is entitled Wild Edibles, and it's all about what foods you can eat for free that grow in nature. But, the problem with the book is it's bulky. We actually don't read anymore, so who knows if people can buy my book. And I figured if I condensed that information and put them in a package that could fit into your pocket,